Good morning and welcome back to Casey Urban Farm. So today I am going to do just kind of a quick walk around the garden, and then I'm going to start mowing and weed eating since we were gone for 15 days, came back, we're home for a few days, then went away for a day, came back, and then we've kind of just crashed. And other than watering and a little bit of harvesting, and I did go out and weed once, the garden has pretty much been left to do its own thing for the last 3 weeks, and it is in need of some love. So if you have seen previous videos, you know that I have a really bad reaction to mosquitoes, so I have to cover up pretty heavily. So I have my long sleeve shirt, pants, my homemade bug spray, which I will share in a future video. So I'm going to spray down, do a walk through the garden real quick, and then get out the lawnmower and see what I can tackle. And I can see the mosquitoes are already hovering me. So let me spray real quick. Okay, so I'll start by showing you, and I've got a lot of tomatoes that need to be staked up. So back here in my teaching garden, you can see the tomatoes are just kind of going wild. I have 3 plants that were planted along the trellis, and they have just kind of taken over this whole area. And this side, I have 2 plants. I have 2 plants planted along the trellis, and you can see where that guy has split. You can see a little bit of my green string holding it on there. That one's not too bad, but they have taken over the walkway as well, and the weeds are pretty ferocious. Okay, so then behind me I have one of my sunflower patches, and it's pretty heavily, like there's a lot of grass coming up in there that I need to weed out. Around the Dusty Miller here, I need to weed. And this just kind of went to, hell. Squash bugs took over the squash while we were gone. So I need to rip all of those out and put them either in the burn pile or throw them away. And then I need to take the weed whacker and come in and level all of this, because I'm going to start getting this ready for winter, which seems kind of weird because here let's see, today's July 20. So, you'd think winter, that's not, for months and months. But I have a lot of plants that will need to be put under cover once we get the plastic on here, and also it'll be seed starting time for spring garden before we know it. So let's walk over to the main garden, which is where I'm going to be focusing a lot of my time today. So this bed usually has, and it does, you can see they're struggling to come through, but it usually has beans and a lot of bulbs. And then we have a random sunflower that has decided to make its home here. And I have a lot of pest evidence everywhere too that I need to address. Over here, the beans are doing great into the compost. They did not really stay on the trellis. Again, a lot of bug evidence, a random tomato plant, and see, we have a tomato plant that's doing okay, and all of this over here, just this walkway needs to be mowed, and you can see the sunflowers back there. So this is the one that I feel really bad about. Oh, I've got a cobweb here, gotta knock that out of the way. So In here, believe it or not, I have several pepper plants. Well, here's one. It's trying. It is trying its best. Oh, look, it's even setting some fruit. So I have pepper plants. I have asparagus over here. I did have chives. And this grass is just, do you see this? I need to come in here and weed whack this. Look at that. That's nuts. Do you have another pepper plant? Oh, look at this. Yep. Here's another pepper plant, and it is producing. I need to get this buddy cleaned out. Yeah, you can see it's trying. It is doing its best to give me some stuff. And then I have, believe it or not, a tomato, some artichoke, and then I have the sage and the yarrow in here. Once it's all cleaned out, it'll make a lot more sense what you're looking at, because the reference of it is probably not the best. This, which is where I dry my onions, you can see onions up there, right there, that I harvested the other day. So I had one of those volunteer tomato plants. You can see it's just going wild, and it's making fruit. Kale, that is long overdue, needs to be cleaned out. Some volunteer squash. Tomato, it's making its way across the walkway. I have another volunteer tomato plant, which looks like it has completely fallen over. Dill, that all needs to be ripped out. It went to seed. Another volunteer squash. I think it actually might be from that same plant from over here. Squash bugs took that squash plant out. Lots of weeds and some struggling tomato plants down there. And the sunflower patch, which is partially in the onion bed, which I think I've harvested all of the onions now. You can see. They're weighting it down. This is what I harvested the other day, and I need to get them in. If we can make our way around to the final bed I was going to show you guys. And this grass is just nuts. Now, Saoirse did mow while we were gone. I broke the weed eater before we left, and so not a lot of weed whacking got done. But I think I'm going to borrow my mom's and get in here. But he was keeping these mowed for me, so you can kind of see a little bit of the path. Okay, now this is the one that I'm ashamed of. So, look at these tomatoes. They have just, they're sad. I lost several plants. I need to get out and remove whatever rotten fruit there is, harvest the good stuff. Look at the size of some of these, and I just didn't get to them in time. So I think all of the plants from this side forward, which should have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of them. I think I'm going to tear them out and just get them out of here. But you can see this is just, look at this. It's just insane. Okay, so here's the onion bed that I pretty much got the onions out of my pile of weeds that I kind of weeded the other day. These tomato plants, which didn't get staked up in time, and now you can see all the dead stuff on them. Sunflowers, just lovely, lovely sunflowers. I have beans, beautiful pole beans over here, and Chinese noodle beans and long beans, all growing. They're all up over the trellis. And then lots and lots of tomatoes. Lots of them. And look at that big guy down there. And he went to waste. Not really total waste, because a lot of this I'll toss out to the chickens. Oh my gosh. They're just I may have to go get the head net. They're just getting in my eyes and everything. So this trellis has beans on it, sunflowers back there, sweet potato patch over here, and flip you around again, and you can see how the noodle beans just kind of found their way wherever they wanted to attach to, and so they're on the grape trellis, which I need to come out and pick these grapes. But look at these. Aren't they just gorgeous? Look at these grapes. It's just doing so well this year up over the arbor. So, and, oh, well, look at that guy right there. Can you spot him? And that's a culprit. I'll have to come out here, and I was going to show you guys this, which has clearly been chewed off, and then I spotted that guy. So this is what's left of the leek patch, totally overgrown. Everything, you know, they grew scapes and then beyond. And then, take a moment, these tomatoes have just overgrown over here to where the shallots were. I'll step back, but so you can see. So, okay. Oh, and I had some peppers over here. Yep, I have a pepper here, and a pepper here, and here's another one. And they're trying. They are trying. And I've got tomatoes that hopefully I'll get to them before they're too far gone. See, like this guy. Like that one's good. A little bit of ugliness, but not too bad. So I'll take that in. And I may pull out the Swiss chard, because it's probably, I haven't tried it yet since I've been back, but I'm sure it's gotten bitter. So that's about all I'm doing today. So I think I'm going to go put the camera down, get the mower out, and the next time I show you this garden, and I didn't show you everything, I didn't show you the front garden part, but outside the fence for the neighbors to pick off of, and I'll try and get a shot of that later on. The mosquitoes are just dreadful. I hate them. Oh, they're just getting me. Oh, I didn't show you everything, but I'll try and do a full tour before, let's see what's today, Wednesday, and I'm leaving Friday morning. So if I get this all cleaned out today, then I'll try and do a good tour of the garden tomorrow before I leave for Wisconsin for my oldest grandson's birthday. He is turning 5, and I have not seen them since March. So I'm going to go up and see 3 of the grandkids, and I'll be up there for about 5 days. And then I'll be home, and then I've got to get in the thick of it of dehydrating, putting up what I can, fall gardening, and I'll bring you guys along for it. So as always, thanks for hanging out with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, comment, tell me what you want to see more of. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. You know, I'm growing little by little, and so before my birthday this year, I'd really kind of like to you know, get about 500 more of you guys as friends on here. So my birthday's in September, so that's a goal, you guys. Let's work on it. Oh, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.